On guys, I'm going to show you now how to create beautiful reactive dashboards in Claude in just a matter of minutes. Now I just finished this epic vibe coding project where I took a bunch of Instagram posts from a potential client of ours that we're doing an audit for and turned it into a beautiful reactive dashboard that I could make a Loom video of, that I could share with the client or prospect in this case, and for them to see everything. Now the way that I'm doing this for today's sake is I used a tool called Appify to basically pull a bunch of Instagram reels for myself. If we go back here, I ended up doing this for, in this case, Penn State athletics. So we pulled 50 of their, most recent posts, or reels rather, from the past year, and then took that data here and exported it as a CSV file. And then I'll show you what I did from there. A little bit more on Appify just for a second. Appify is just an amazing tool that allows you to find any scraper you need to scrape any content or anything that you really need out there, whether it's Google Maps, whether it's contacts, LinkedIn, profiles. Appify is incredible. So this only costs, by the way, $2.30 per 1,000 reels. So to scrape those 50 reels earlier only cost us 11 cents, which is awesome. So from there, I took the data and whatever data you have. So if you're scraping data, get yourself a CSV file, or if you just have the data listed out, go ahead, take it, put it into Claude. Over here, I forgot. Let's just get rid of this Claude tab. That's annoying. I put it over here into Claude or whatever browser you're now using. Claude in. You can use desktop or in browser. It works the same. And you're basically just going to prompt it. So in this case, I threw the data in here and I said, please review the following data for impressions, which is known as play count, by the way, if you're scraping it. Just a key insight, because Appify reports play count, which is actually impressions. So just a tidbit. Likes, comments, and engagement. Then calculate the earned media value, the projected annual EMV, which essentially just means, guys, what is the value of this content? And then since we posted 15 reels a week, can we project the sponsorship value if we sold 10% of our total inventory? So we threw this all in here. Claude did a bunch of data analyzing. It came out with some awesome stuff. So it pulled through all the CSV data that we gave it and came up with some awesome numbers. I had it do a couple of small tweaks and adjustments to the data. I actually ended up uploading an additional set of data points just to see if it was working. And at the end here, as we can go all the way to the bottom, it gave us this beautiful dashboard. So I asked it at some point in here, hey, could you create kind of a beautiful dashboard for us? That's all you really have to say, guys. Just ask it to create some sort of data visualization dashboard for you. Now, I was prompting it a little bit, as you can see here, on like the color schemes. It gave me this like navy and orange accent. I didn't want the orange accent, so I was just working with it a little bit, as we do with AI, and ultimately it gave me this beautiful Penn State analytics dashboard. So Penn State football analysis, 639,000 followers, 10 million impressions from the 100 Instagram posts that we ended up scraping, roughly 1.2 million engagements in this set of folks, 11% engagement rate, which is just ridiculous, but it makes sense for a college football team, and roughly $1 million in annual EMV just sitting on the table that they don't know about, and that's why we are here to help them. That's why my business exists. But as you can see, just having the ability to visualize this data is so incredible. Now let's take you to the promised land. So how do you now really look at this? How do you interact with it? So you're going to come up here and just right next to the right of the copy button, you'll see download as HTML. You're simply going to do that and then bring up wherever your downloads are. In this case, we'll go ahead and grab this guy, and we'll grab the one for tonight at 10:35, because that's when we're filming this. And we are just going to drag this into a browser right there. And next thing you know, we have this beautiful interactive dashboard. So if I can get rid of this download button here, we can now go through, take a look at this in widescreen. I'm going to pull it all the way out. We have this beautiful dashboard. It shows us all of the posts. We can even now go into the bottom here and play with the data. We can interact with it. We can look at all the different data variables in here and then review the rest of it. So it's nice and reactive. You can touch it, click on it, all that good jazz, which is just so cool. And then it has our calculation methodology and equations at the bottom, so how we actually did this. So we created this perfect, beautiful report in Claude in just a matter of minutes. It really doesn't get any better than this. If you are a vibe marketer, vibe coder right now, this is going to replace a ton of the analysis jobs that you typically have to do. They could just take hours when you can use a simple scraper and Claude to do this in a matter of minutes. I did this also, guys, on a free account. This was completely free. So let me know If you guys have any questions down below, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Join our AI Discord. It's completely free. We're doing vibe marketing experiments and projects like this on a daily basis. So if you have any questions or just want to be a part of that, make sure to jump in while it is still open and free. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is the Penn State Analytics Dashboard by Athletiverse Analytics. Appreciate you guys as always. And until next time, be good to each other and be good to yourself. We'll see you soon. Bye.